I thought I would give you a tour of Coopacabana and Cluckinghen Palace. So let's flip the camera and I'll show you. So this is the entrance and the chicken run, which is Coopacabana part. And there you can see Cluckinghen Palace in the background. And this is the inside so far. So I've started planting stuff all over the show that I'll still secure. So these were those old latter wall pallets thing that we just put onto stilts, so there's shade underneath it they can go and keep under. So technically this grass is supposed to be going in the coop for the deep litter method, but it makes nice shade here, so I'm thinking I might just do some sort of thatchy thing on top here, because it's also fun things for them to go and scratch in, you know. So I'm trying to make like an enrichment area for them to play in. So I'm going to show you an example of here of how I'm protecting plants. So I'm doing layers of rocks around, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all the branches, because we've got loads of these funny little skinny branches all over the farm. So I'm going to just lay them out here and then just secure them on the ends with cable ties so they can't get kicked apart by the chicken feet. And then I will lay these all the way around the edge. I'll show you over here. Lay these all the way around the edge to protect the plants. So you can see there's some already starting to get laid out. So that's my plant protection strategy for that. Let's just reverse here a bit. And then here we've got 3 taps in here, so we've put water in. So there's one here, and then there is one behind the house, and then one behind the side over here, so we can water everywhere. And then so I took one of those structure thingies, and then I decided to make a double story. And then the idea is the chickens can go run up here and then go sit on the top if they want to. And then they'll have 3 levels of things to play in. So they can either go to the bottom at the ground there, or go and sit on the inside, and then it'll be nice and shady in the day, because this thing here will protect them. And then they'll have nice cool butts. And then, or they can go sit on the top and go and review the landscape there, whatever they want to go and do. So I've started to put like trees and things in that were lying all over the show that weren't doing well. So I just moved them all here. And then we had 2 roof panels left, and then lots of these things that we got from a neighbor that left. So I've just decided to put up a little structure here on this side. The sun is setting now, so it's not so easy to see. But it's very hot here, so this will then create shade, at least in this area, so the chickens can just go and sit underneath there and cool down and all that type of thing. One of 2 miserable little trees that are in here. I'll just put some branches in there for them to go and jump on. And then so I'm also doing vetiver around them, so because they get very big and they bush out. So I've spaced them out like that, so they'll make these big bushes around. And then I thought it would be fun for the chickens then to like run in and out between them, you know, just for some interesting things to do. So this is really the only tree that is in here that's tall enough, but it's a thorn tree, so it doesn't make a lot of shade at all. So hence now you'll see that there are poles in the inside. Here's one, and here's another one. So this entire area behind me now, we're going to put up a shade cloth to just have some permanent shade here. Let me go back in reverse again. So this whole section here between these poles here will become a shade cloth in here. How many square meters is that? I don't actually remember. So this is the compost pile that was in this area that we will do something with. It'll go into the garden, obviously. And then here is some of the material already for the deep litter method, busy being held in, just being held. And then our little chicken huts here that I had in the garden before, so we just waxel them to protect them a little bit. And then I'll put them somewhere interesting in here when we finished playing around. And then I also dug up a bunch of wood chips out of our garden that were really hard to walk on. So I'm going to put these in here too. And then here again you can see this is the only other little shrubby thing that we've got. Again surrounded by vetiver to create some interest. And then I transplanted a tree and it has promptly died. So I'm hoping this is just still shock and it'll recover, because I'm not impressed. And then in this corner here, so I've planted cover crops behind this thing here. So this is my test bed area. And they've just started to come up, so it's just made like a thin layer of green in here, just to see what it's going to look like. Again, I'm going to protect all of these things properly. I don't need to now because the chickens aren't here, so that's just fine. And then, so here you can see the fencing, and then so what Buffy did was he put some of this old piping that we had for irrigation piping that was just lying around. So that's on the top here so I don't get scratched, because it's a nightmare to, working with this wire. And then there's a pathway here, then he has the other fence. This is the perimeter fence around the house. And then at the back, way in the back, there is a perimeter fence of the farm. But then at the bottom here, it's also reinforced and protected and what have you. And then at the bottom of this fence, it goes down 50 centimeters all the way around. And then here's another tap. And this is the next test bed area here. So this whole section here we planted full of sunflower seeds. So this is a no walk zone now. And then this is the back of the chicken coop. So there'll be lots of shade on this area, on this side of here as well. So when it gets really, really hot in summer, because I'm mostly planning for summer here, when it gets really hot, then the strategy was to put the chicken coop on the side here, so it can create shade over here for extra hidey holes sort of a thing, And then the sand is all soft here. We've dug it up now, so if they want to make themselves some dust bars, they can. We will still make proper dust bars for them. And then this is the chicken coop. So I've just put that out there so they don't make holes there. A nice little overhang to protect from rain and stuff. And there's nothing in here now, so we've just leveled the floor completely now, so it's all nice and ready to go for deep litter method. And then then this is the walls and the roof. And then you can see all of the holes from the knotty pine, which is just going to be natural ventilation. But there you are, so that looks like that. And then we will then put in the sorry, I'm tired. I'm going to put in the roosting bars here, across here, and on the opposite side over here. So I'm standing in the entrance now, on this side over here. And then in the middle here, we're going to put some nesting boxes and whatever. And then the water and everything else that we need in here. So that's just what the roof looks like. Just a standard little Wendy house. And then that's the view from standing inside here with the dogs knocking around. And that's really that. Our house is over there into the setting sun. And then the staff quarters and the workshop at the back there. And that's that. So I've planted the granadilla here. So the idea is that it's going to completely cover this side here, with the intention that there's a big pole here, right? So now because we've got the shade cloth coming over this side here, from this pole to this pole, we're going to string wire, and then I'm going to put another couple of granadillas along here and some grapes, which will then go up the poles and then cover this whole area here in front of the chicken coop. So it'll have a natural roof over it in this area here. Now that's obviously going to take a few years to settle and kick in, but at least the first one is already in, and they grow pretty fast. But still, I'm expecting it to take at least 3 to 4 years to cover that properly. So you can see it's busy just being strung up there like that now. And then that's that. And then let me show you my boxes that I'll use to protect the cover crops and things like that. So I did post pictures about this. So these were the old chicken coop that Buffy had made when we were in Midrand, and it's just chicken wire, you can see. And then we'll put that on top of the plants to protect them. Then the chickens won't destroy the roots. So I'll be putting those all over the show too. And so that's that. We'll put up a nice sign. And then I'm putting all these like big logs all over the show here too, because apparently chickens like scratching posts chicken scratchers, or what are they? There was some other term that I didn't hear before. So this is so that they can, just claw on there and condition their nails and things like that. So that's going to go in. And then I'll get a few more of those because we've got a couple of stumps lying all over the show. So that we can just do some like a chicken enrichment, keep them kind of busy, because I hear bored chickens are a problem. So yes, this is how it looks. And then right next door, so directly over this fence here, this is where my kitchen garden is. So then the idea is now, directly out of here, once it's processed, we do that deep litter method every like 6 months or so. Then let it kind of sit and do its thing. And then in the front here, this is where the composting processing area will sort of be. Out there, we're still going to do that as a phase 2. And then it'll go directly then, so this line here, there, let's get a bit closer. There is a line here of trees and fruit trees and whatever, all the way along here. So all of the compost will go to that. And then right on this side over here is my kitchen garden. So then all the compost will go straight into the veggies there. So that's kind of the thought process behind this, was to make this coop primarily, and to get chickens primarily for soil rehabilitation, because we've got this here, which is basically dust. I mean, this is the state of the natural soil, it does nothing. So a lot of rehabilitation is necessary. So hence the chicken manure and the cover crops, and then we will take it from there. And there's what's left of the bales. I've only got 2 left. I've already spread out 2 of them. And yeah. Coopacabana and Cluckinghen Palace.